Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Lady at 50. It is a wet, cloudy, and cold day here in Charlotte. I tell you, I cannot wait to get to Florida. um, I want to thank you guys so much for your support, for your prayers. Uh, there are days, okay, that I get into those downward spirals, and the video that I uploaded was one of those days. And I wanted to just kind of be real with you guys about the process of grief. And the thing that I'm learning as I go through this process is we have to stay focused not on our situations, but to stay focused that on that we're gonna be okay. We still are on the side of the living, and we have to maintain that. We have to continue forward because that's what our loved ones would want. And I think what's harder for me in moving forward is I didn't get closure. Not with my husband, okay? We went through a lot. He went through so much. And that I got closure with because, like I said, I don't know if you guys heard me, but it was a relief. His passing, the way he passed, the way he said he just wanted to go to sleep, and almost immediately, you guys, he went into a really deep sleep that I couldn't wake him up from. I, of course, at the time didn't know that he wouldn't wake up from that. But what I didn't get closure from was how we got here. How my husband, Pancreas, could die inside his body. How his pancreas could become damaged to the point where it was leaking out the enzymes into his stomach and pretty much eating him alive. How was that possible without any symptoms, any signs, without the doctors that he was under care? How did they not see this in his blood work, in the x-rays and the different tests that he was under? Like I said, my husband went through a lot since 2010, you guys. It really started in 2010, and because of what he went through in 2010, he was under like 4 to 5 different doctors. And I just cannot fathom how these doctors do all of these tests and you have an organ or a gland in your body that has been compromised and now dying, and you don't see that until it's too late. That's what I didn't get closure with. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand how we were able to get here without any warning, any knowledge that something else was wrong. And I've been researching, talking to nurses and doctors, and one of the doctors that was one of the surgeons, excuse me guys, one of the surgeons in Augusta, Georgia, where he fell sick, she said that there should have been signs. This kind of thing just doesn't happen overnight. And yet the people I'm talking to here in Charlotte, it's as if it does happen overnight. Necrotizing acute pancreatitis is as if that can just happen without warning, and there's nothing they can do about it. And I just don't believe that. And so that's, I guess for me, is the hardest part, because my husband died thinking he did something wrong, that he did something to cause his pancreas to be injured, to leak those enzymes out, to die. And of course, we told him when he said that it wasn't his fault. This is not his fault. Somebody dropped the ball. And I would like to find out how this could have happened. I just want to know, because it's scary to me. I mean, to think that I could have a gland or an organ in my body that can just up and die like that without the doctors. I mean, why are we paying these extraordinary, exuberant prices for these medical treatments from our doctors, and they are not even giving us 10 minutes of their time? Okay. And if you don't tell them what's wrong, it's almost like we're having to self-diagnose ourselves. We have to tell them what's wrong with us because they only have 10 minutes to hear us. And yeah, so needless to say, very frustrating, very upset that my husband died like that. I mean, it was probably the worst way to go, because he literally couldn't eat. He basically starving himself because the pancreas died on the front end and the back end, which pretty much shut down his eating. He couldn't eat. They had to literally give him like milk through an IV, and he just could not sustain with that kind of system. I if you are in the medical field, if you can answer that question for me, can your pancreas die without warning, without any symptoms or signs in your blood work? My husband was under a kidney doctor, a general or internal doctor, his primary, a prostate doctor, uh, that's a kidney, prostate, internal, I think thyroid. I mean, he was under so many different doctors. He was getting tests, blood work done, tests, x-rays all the time since 2010. And no one saw his pancreas dying or injured, because the surgical doctor said that there should have been some kind of blunt force to cause his pancreas to be injured like it was, and then to start dying, okay, because it didn't get treated. I'm having to put it to the side and forget about it. But, how do you forget something like that? How do you move forward when you have these answers that these questions that no one is answering? So, anyway, I just wanted to come back in and let you know that, we need to do better. We need to put hold these doctors accountable. Not just the doctors, but the pharmaceuticals, the hospitals, because you guys, I'm going to tell you on my next video my husband's story, because I think it's important that we look into for ourselves. We have to really understand what's going on in our body, um, because these doctors, these pharmaceuticals, the insurance companies, they're not trying to heal us. I don't want to say they're trying to kill us, because that won't make them money. But we have to realize they're in it for the money. Not They're not treating you to get well. And so I really do believe the mixtures of all the medicine that my husband was on was what caused his pancreas to be impacted the way it was, because he didn't have gallstones. He doesn't drink. He didn't drink. There was no trauma to his pancreas, to his stomach area, nothing like that. So the only thing it could be was internal. It had to be something that was a side effect during the medicines that he was taking, the insulin that he had to take. Something caused this to happen, but no one would tell me what caused it. So anyway, like I said, if you guys are in the medical field and you may have some answers to my questions, please let me know, because I need that closure. I need to know what happened to my husband. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. I'll share his story because it's important. Sometimes I think maybe he was just misdiagnosed. And anyway, we'll see. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening again. This is the Lady at 50 signing off for now. Be blessed and a blessing, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Bye.